Good evening. This is the Community Redevelopment Agency's virtual regular meeting. It is Tuesday, November 10, 2020 at 5:30 p.m. Will you please call the roll?
Chair Llewellyn,
Here.
Vice Chair Odman,
Can't hear you.
I see you. Hi, Vice Chair Odman.
Hear me now? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Board Member, thank you. Board Member Brandemart,
Here.
Board Member Harris,
Here.
Board Member James,
Here.
Interim CRA Director Weeks,
Here.
City Attorney Ansbro.
Here.
Thank you.
Citizens' comments. I don't have any in writing. I don't know if there's anybody here who wants to speak. So, hands raised. So we'll move on to administrative reports.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and CRA board members. Chair, I asked this evening for just a couple of minutes to make a statement on behalf of CRA. So this message is for board member Chicky Brandemati. On behalf of past and present staff of the City of Dania Beach Community Redevelopment Agency, Board Member Brandemati, I would like to thank you for your guidance, support, advice, governance, views. We thank you very much for your participation in everything that we did, our special events, our new homes, our developments along Federal Highway. You've been here for pretty much everything that we've done in the CRA so far, and we thank you for your support. And today, as a demonstration of our appreciation, we have provided to you, which are on your virtual desk service. So we can't see the gifts, but they're there. It's a floral arrangement and a gift of time. Since you have given us a gift of time, we are now giving you something to remember in terms of a sentimental timepiece. So on behalf of all the CRA, thank you so much. Okay, moving on to the admin report. We have been following up with some of the projects that are ongoing for the CRA, and just so that we could keep everything going. We are anticipating having our new executive director to guide these projects, but we thought we would give you just a brief on some of the big projects that we have been working on. Merrimack Ventures and estate companies, who are the developers of the Celeste City Line, formerly known as the Tryon Project on 4 North Federal Highway, they have advised that they have registered estate general contractors as the contractor to build the Celeste City Line. They did tell us that they had a bit of a delay because of COVID-19 with respect to putting their permits in, but they are moving along. They are in the process of applying for a full master building permit and hope to have it approved by the beginning of 2021. They've also been meeting with FPL and Comcast and FDOT because there are certain lines that have to be relocated to have this project go forward. And the developers are stick about having a groundbreaking for the Celeste City Line in December 2021. If not December, very early in December 2020, my apologies. If not, very early in December, in January 2021. In terms of the loan to grant conversion for the parking garage, the county has indicated that they will give us a report on that by the end of the year. We are hoping that the upcoming conversion will result in a reduction of the $621,876 that currently remain on the books of the county. We did submit our documentation in May, but again, because of the pandemic, things have been a little bit slow in terms of moving forward with this, but we do have assurances that by December, we will know what the level of reduction is with respect to that $621,000, $876 that's currently outstanding. In terms of the first-time home buyer program at home Dania Beach, unfortunately, one of our selected qualified buyers had to withdraw from purchasing the home. They experienced fees and were unable to have, however, a number of qualified buyers who are interested in purchasing the home. So right now we're working with Housing Foundation of America, our consultant, to determine which buyer has, really reached the stage of full qualification. So I should have something for the CRA board shortly with respect to that one home. And just so you know, there has been a tremendous outreach to us for homes, and we actually have over 60 people who are interested in purchasing these homes. So we have no doubt that the home will be purchased, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more infill housing moving forward. In terms of the workforce housing project for J.A. Hilly Boulevard, the architectural plans and the geotechnical plans, they have been completed. And the next step is that documents are going to be submitted to Portland for approvals. And then we'll move forward with that project. So hopefully we'll have something more to report to you moving forward with J.A. Hilly. In economic development, or new economic development manager, Muriel Bryan, she's been working on the small business resiliency and reimbursement, and interested, getting to know them, and also other information on their qualifications for the grant. It's more specific qualifications that the businesses are required. The application to finance for payment of the $1,000, we have to ensure that all requirements are met on this grant. So we're still in the process of working on that. And as part of the economic development program, however, I'm sorry, I think I lost my video. So just to recap, but hear me?
Can't hear you. I can't hear you.
It's not your video, it's your audio. We can't hear you, so you keep breaking up.
Oh, okay. That better?
It's better, but it's the connection, I think.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. In terms of
Chair Llewellyn, this is Frank. If you feel it's appropriate, we can have Kathleen call in on her phone. She can stay on video, but can call in using her phone audio instead. It'll probably be clearer.
It might be better because then we don't have people. I mean, she literally has gone back and forth. I heard nothing about the Tryon project. It's going out.
oh,
You need to start over. If you
Yeah.
could. Very muffled.
I can.
Okay.
Why don't we do that? Have her get out the speaker audio and have her call in instead, and then tell us about the Tryon project again, please.
Central meeting. Enter your meeting ID, followed by the pound. enter your participant ID followed by pound, or stay on the line to be connected automatically. This meeting is now being recorded.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now we have an echo, so you're probably gonna have to mute yourself on the computer and then just talk through your phone. So we need to unmute.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. All right. So just to go back to the Celeste City line, what I was saying was that Merrimack Ventures and Estate Company, they are the developers of the Celeste City line, and they have registered Estate General Contractors as their contractor to build the Celeste City line. And what has happened moving forward is that they are applying for full building permit. They hope to have this approved by 2021, January. And what they are planning to do, however, is a groundbreaking December 2020. So basically, they have worked with FCL, Comcast, FDOT to relocate lines and to start working on those details. And they've been working with the community development, getting their permits. But because of COVID-19, there was a delay. And so they're trying to keep up to their timeline. So we hopefully, when the new director comes on board, we will have some more developments and details regarding how this project will be pursued and developed.
Chair Llewellyn, this is Frank. May I interrupt for a moment, please?
Please.
Kathleen, can you mute the audio on your computer since you're called in and listening through the phone right now? We're getting a really bad echo.
Is this better?
No, you have to mute the sound on your computer, both the microphone
okay.
and the actual sound.
Better, right? Is that better? I don't
There's
know.
still an echo coming from somewhere.
I muted the sound on my phone. Is that better?
Not on your phone. You have to mute the sound on your computer, that you're on your laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm muted.
Frank, can't you mute her? There you go. That's better.
Is this better?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
So you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. Okay. All right. So I hope you did you hear this Celeste? Essentially, they are getting ready. They're pretty much organized and working on their permits, and we hope to hear great things from them in December. We hope to have a groundbreaking. I also spoke about the first-time home buyer program. One of the buyers withdrew from purchasing a home, and as I said, there were a number of qualified potential buyers who are on our waiting list. So we expect to hear from our consultant, Housing Foundation of America, by the end of this week, with a potential new buyer who is qualified and able to purchase the home. So, we don't have any concerns about having that home sold. So far, 3 persons have closed. 2 are in the process of getting closer to closing, and we have the 1 home that we will bring a new buyer for very shortly. Workforce housing, the architectural plans and geotechnical research have been completed for that. The next step is to submit documents to Broward County Environmental Protection and Road Management Department for the required approval. So that's moving forward as well. In terms of economic development, the Small Business Resiliency and Reimbursement Grant is being managed by the new Economic Development Manager, Muriel Bryan. She's been working with the companies that submitted their request, I mentioned that it's a little bit slow in terms of getting these requests processed because we have to ensure that all necessary documentation that we require is provided to the finance department before they issue the check for $1,000. Muriel has also been working on a local business spotlight campaign because, as we had previously noted, the Small Business Resiliency and Reimbursement Grant also was an opportunity to market the businesses who received the grant. So she's been working on a local business spotlight campaign, and you see a little bit more of that on our social media as we spotlight some of the businesses that are receiving the grant, that are open for business, and let the public know that they are up and ready to welcome them, and that they're taking all the necessary COVID precautions. The Art of Community grant, the 8 markers are being done. And just so you know, the last time we discussed this in the CRA board, we mentioned that we were going to install some of the markers and then another group of the markers after the CRA board meeting. All the markers are going to be installed at one time. It's for the developer, it's for the artist, it's a better way of installing the markers. So they will all be put out at the same time. And hopefully by December, that's the target, to have everything done by December. The mural is going to be completed in the next couple of weeks. The only other item I wanted to touch on was the signage update. And there is a concern that we have about the signage, particularly at Broward Heights. As I noted in your recent book, the Broward Heights sign has to be located in an area which is currently occupied by a sign that was put up by someone. We do not know who put up the sign. We are unaware of who put up the sign, but there's a sign that says Broward Heights, that's in the location where the Broward Heights rebranding sign for the city is supposed to go. So we are at a bit of a standstill with respect to getting that sign installed. And so we have been speaking with the community development department of the city to try and get an idea of where that sign, who put up that sign, or for the city to tell us exactly where they would like that Broward Heights neighborhood sign to be installed. Also, we have been working with the city regarding moving the signs from Hollywood to the city of Dania Beach, and also adjusting a sign on Griffin Road. We do not have any more money in the budget for relocation of signs and introduction of new signs. Everything is already spent for the signage. So as we move forward, what we need to know is which neighborhood signs we need to create. If we have to create new neighborhood signs, we would need to know that so that we could work with the sign company to have them developed. And also we work with finance with respect to the funding of those signs. So that's it. I think my major concern right now is the Broward Heights sign, and we would like to complete that. Most of the other signs you will see going up, and the signage for the city of Dania Beach City Hall, that those will be installed very soon.
Thank you, Kathleen. Frank, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Since there's no more money to pay for signage, does that include not only the Broward Heights area, but also Playland Isles?
Can you say that one more time, please?
This signage. Kathleen just said that there's no more money left to pay for adding new signs or moving signs or anything like that. So does that include both Broward Heights and Playland Isles?
Well, as far as money, I believe, Kathleen, you're speaking about the CRA budget that we just adopted. Is that correct?
No, I'm speaking about the rebranding budget that was that we had throughout the time that we were doing all the rebranding. And
Okay.
when the previous executive director left, we had no money in the budget. What we do have is we have money encumbered for the signs that are being developed now. But anything that has to be adjusted, moved, or created new, we don't have any more money in that budget.
No, that's correct.
Okay. So I'm confused then. I'm trying to understand, is there money that's going to pay for these additional signs or is there not?
If there, I don't believe there's any money specifically earmarked for that, so we would have to use money from something else and appropriate it for this purpose.
Is there someplace else that we can move money around to do that?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm concerned about. Okay. Board Member James.
And I'm sorry, can I ask, do you know exactly how much money we're talking about?
I don't. Kathleen?
Yeah, the cost of moving the two signs that we had discussed with the city is going to be about $25,000 to $30,000, and any additional neighborhood sign will cost $2,000 each. And that's just like those Broward Heights signs that I have in the book, your briefing book. It's the same type of sign. It's a sign that just it's a neighborhood sign, and it's basic, and the cost of that is $2,000.
I think there was a question a few weeks ago about a new
Right.
sign, and I think that was only like $2,300 or something.
Right.
So when
Yeah,
I said
that's
when I said we can find money, that's no problem. 25 to 30,000 is a different story, and I think we need to dig a little deeper there and talk about funding and you know the fact that we're over the 25,000 procurement threshold at that point. So I think that there's a bigger conversation we need to have after the meeting this week. Kathleen, we can talk about it on Thursday and come up with a plan.
Okay, the thing about it is the $25,000, that's the cost of moving two sets of signs. One is to move the sign from Hollywood to Dania Beach, and the other one is to move a sign on Griffin Road west. So the quote for that has already been provided by the company that's doing that. And then the additional signs will be, if we want to add any neighborhood sign, then we go into that extra $1,000, $2,000. The thing about it, though, in terms of procurement, is that there's a company that's already working on these signs. So that's the big number that I'm mentioning, the 25,000. That's for moving signs that are already existing. It's just that we have to move them, and we're working with the city to move them, but there's an additional cost.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, moving the signs is the big expense. It's not the actual purchasing of the additional signs. It's the moving.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely clear. It's moving the sign, and in the case of both signs, we have to also remove a statement that was on the sign. So the sign company has to do some adjustment to the sign, and then they have to move the sign to the new location. They also have to remove a street sign so that they will be able to put one of the signs where the city wants it to be. So it's a couple of things that they have to do.
So that's, Frank, I guess you can talk to Kathleen about that more and figure out where that's coming from.
It sounds like we may need to have a change order executed to what has already been approved.
Yeah.
Okay, and that would probably have to come. So let's talk about that on Thursday, Kathleen, please.
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Board Member James.
Yeah, was that one additional neighborhood sign? I'm trying to figure out, and I'm trying to figure this out because I've also requested all neighborhood schools and neighborhood. I don't know why they weren't schools. And I know that we placed this time down to adding additional that how are we choosing which neighborhoods get assigned which time? Because I had some up north, and I know those are condos. I'm not sure what the rules are or how associations are put together or how they are affiliated in the city. But how are we giving new communities new signs and don't have signs? What's the criteria?
Yes.
I don't even know who could answer that question, who the question goes to, but I'm trying to figure out how was it. I know we all agreed to give that one other location a new sign, but how is that? How was that done? Did they have an old sign from the city?
No, the problem was that there was, when these were done initially, if you recall, it was this, what they did was they just took old signs and replaced the old signs with the new ones. The problem is that there were certain neighborhoods that never had anything, even though they were part of the city. And like Playland Isles is a fairly large neighborhood, and they really wanted a sign, and they feel like they're being left out again. So that was one of the things that was brought forward. I don't know about separate associations. Associations would probably be a different thing. They're not an association; they're an actual neighborhood.
Okay. I guess I went that route because some of the signs are associated with the association, like College Arts Association, Bird Point Association. Those are tied to their civic association. So I'm saying there's a lot of different neighborhoods. Too many that I can't even probably say to you right now. But I'm just trying to figure out what's the criteria for neighborhoods to get the signs, or are we making the decision that this is it, or if they want it? I want to be fair to everyone, because there are people, other neighborhoods out west that I have no idea about, that are asking me about neighborhood signs, and I really don't know what's our direction or directive to tell them, because we haven't really discussed it in totality. Are we going to start, budgeting a couple of signs a year? Are we not going to budget it, or do they have to fit a certain criteria? So that I'm just asking.
So I think that's part of the problem that we had in the first place. That there probably should have been a better assessment overall to determine who was going to get a sign and who wasn't going to get a sign. And now we're at the position that we are, where you have different associations, different groups of signs. So this may be something that, since we have a new director coming in, maybe discuss it with him when he gets here, and I have to see him online, and it might be something that can be looked into, maybe work together with the city and figure out the best way to do this.
Okay.
There may be a better way to do it, but it's unfortunate that this is the way that it had to be handled. So, but the changes, I know we have to move the signs. We have to move the other ones, and that's the bigger expense. And I think the city's working on that. Frank, you all are working on that with CRA, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? No. Okay. Next item. No presentation. Consent agenda. Any polls? No polls? Anybody want to make a motion? You're muted.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. No proposals and bids. Discussion of possible action. First item, CRA Executive Director Employment Agreement. Who has it? Tom?
I can do that. I sent the board a memo of the highlights of Mr. Chen's agreement. He was gracious enough to accept everything the way I wrote it, which is unusual, and that's been appreciated. So just a summary, the term will be for 2 years, commencing this coming Monday, November 16th. The salary as the board director is $150,000. 12 weeks of severance will be provided if he's terminated without cause during the term of the agreement. I put in a clause that if it happened within the last 3 months of the term, then the severance would be reduced so that you're not paying 12 weeks with only 1 week left. He was gracious enough to accept that as well. They can get the same vacation and sick leave as department heads, and personal days will be 5 per year. Typically, department heads get 2. That was with the same understanding that the former director had, so he would get 5 personal days, 40 hours. And I believe he's with us here.
He is.
Okay.
I was going to ask if Mr. Chen, I don't know if he has the ability to put video up and he could say hello. He's trying.
the host has to unmute me, but I think that's done.
Yes.
I don't know why my video is not coming up to you. But thank you for your confidence in me and for the selection. I have enjoyed every interaction I've had with Dania Beach to date, including the variety of staff who have been so helpful in helping me get prepared to come aboard.
Wonderful. We look forward to spending some time with you, Mr. Chen, and working with you.
I look forward to it as well. I have some things I'd like to discuss with you soon after I get aboard so that we can figure out what direction we want to head in.
Right. Wonderful. I wish we had a video. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't understand why it's not coming up.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
We would do a motion to approve this contract.
Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you all.
Next item is the patch rental fee waiver, Thanksgiving food drive giveaway sponsored by Tamara James Foundation, Inc. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Nope.
Hello?
Very
Hello?
quiet.
Hear me now?
Hear you now.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the same thing as last year, requesting a pet rental waiver. To have Thanksgiving giveaway at drive-through. There will be no residents on into the pad and gather versus their bag. Is there a vehicle? Take a look.
I just have a question, because I'm trying to figure out how you're doing the drive-through. Because it's not really conducive to driving through there. So I'm concerned about that, and I wanted to make sure there were COVID restrictions in place.
So yes, we're going to follow the pad COVID required, and there's commercial vehicles, traffic, flow of traffic.
Okay. Are we closing off that part of the neighborhood or anything?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm just, it's a dead end, so I'm just concerned. That's all. I just don't want to end up having I know there was a big traffic issue last year, and I just am concerned that there would be another one this year, and I don't want to have anybody getting hurt, and I want to make sure that it runs smoothly and we don't have any holdups. That's all.
Well, I'll work with BSO to see what they suggest and the route that they suggest, and we'll follow them.
Okay. Anyone else? Have a motion. Are you trying to second, Bill? You need to unmute.
What day is it, Cameron?
4th.
I'm sorry, what?
The 24th.
Okay, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. It's bad audio. Okay. I approve.
We have somebody with their hand raised as well. I don't know if that's going to be.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. There is somebody here with their hand raised. I think we need to hear from her.
Where?
Uzo. Kyrie. Kyrie, go ahead. Can you state your name?
Good evening, everybody.
State your name and address, please.
Name is Kay Reposo. I'm at 1101 Saratoga, right next to the patch.
Go ahead.
Oh, I can't take the video off. Okay. Just question: are you guys going to be doing walk-ups? Because we're right next to the patch, and I guess that'll kind of diffuse or lower the amount of traffic.
Yes, we'll have the ability to do the walk.
Awesome.
Well, again, we need to see that. I'd like to see the COVID plan. I'm concerned about that. All right, it's already been approved, so.
Oh,
Hope it goes well. All right, Thank you, Kyrie. We're done. Okay. Board member comments, board member Brandon.
The only comment that I have is that I would like to thank the CRA for giving me a clock and a big thing here of flowers. And I love being on this board through good times and bad times. You all got your own ways of doing things, and that's what makes us so successful. And then I need somebody to carry it out because it's too heavy. That's it.
Board member Harris,
No comments.
board member James,
Nope, I don't have it.
vice chair.
Okay, can you hear me okay? I feel like we're all having a little bit of audio problems tonight. I just wanted to thank also board member Harris for his service and for your time that you spent on this board. We will miss you very much, and we appreciate all that you gave to this board. All right, that's all I have. Good evening.
And I would like to thank Kathleen for stepping in yet again. I appreciate your efforts. And we have already briefly met Mr. Chen. I'm looking forward to his coming on board, and I'm looking forward to his ideas and his thoughts on this. He's got a world of experience for anybody who is not aware. He literally was head and shoulders above every other candidate that applied, and has a tremendous amount of experience in CRAs. And I think we're all going to be very happy with our selection here. So welcome, Mr. Chen. Thank you, Kathleen. And that's it. We don't have anything else. And so we're adjourned until 7 p.m.